Hello, welcome back. Um, this is the first of six documentaries coming up, and the first one, I ain't gonna lie to you, is a doozy. The subject matter is very complicated, and many variables that come into place with the subject, and vary opinions, and prophets, and religions, and other things that come into place are touchy at best, and that is 12th in Delaware. 12th in Delaware is a documentary by the same people who've done Jesus Camp. I have not seen Jesus Camp. I remember a while back, another YouTuber, Big Al, he did a whole video on that, a whole kind of riff, or not necessarily a riff, but more of a rebuttal and of the very right religious people who are brainwashing their children. But in here, I find this is even more controversial subject, because personal opinion. Before we get into this, I am pro-choice. I believe it's some mother's right to give birth to this child or whatever it is. It's just, it's all about, consistency, what it counts as a human being and stuff like that, very things, whatever. 12th in Delaware is a documentary which takes place between a street, and there are two buildings. Two one-floor buildings. One of them is a pregnancy care center, and across from it is an abortion clinic. And thing is here, wow, that is really it is a literal and physical representation of the abortion topic that I do find, which is kind of interesting. The film hops around a bit between two point of views, one of the pro-choice, the other the pro-life. And you can see this film, like every other film, I feel you can't really do a truly objective film. You really can't do a truly objective news broadcasting either, because I find it, you have to be an automaton, you have to be a goddamn robot to be like this, You have your logic or you have your beliefs. Me, I don't know what I have. In fact, the closest thing I come to religion is Star Wars. And the subject, it's very touchy, and you can see on the abortion clinic side that they are truly, sincerely trying to help these women do a very drastic, I would say, decision in their life that they are not ready, and I believe they should not be ashamed to go through this procedure, because they cannot provide a standard of living for this child, because they have fucking 9 kids already, because their husband's not smart enough to pull out and shoot on their face, or to fucking wear a condom. It's just, and it goes that most of the women here are homestay moms, or women who have dozens of kids already, or are young 16, 15-year-old girls are not smart enough to use a condom, or force a guy to use condoms, force upon them, I know. But, and some women do abuse the abortion clinic, saying that, well, I didn't take my pill, so I'm just gonna get this thing scraped out of me. It's just, it's meant for a drastic decision. It's not a tune-up. It's not just dropping by and, getting something rearranged. It's a very drastic and serious decision. And we got the other side, the religious, who use religion as a barrier, that say every life is sacred. And I truly don't believe that. I don't believe every life is sacred. It's just humanity's self-interest, because I don't believe there is a God. I like to think there is one, or something, or everything's just completely random. That'd be interesting, because little bit of nihilist, but not totally out there. But they're using religion as excuse, calling abortion evil. It's against God, and of course they do pick and choose out things out of the Bible, like saying that you're allowed to stone to death your kids, or stuff. They never really truly highlight in the Bible these days. They never really take it literal. They just take out passages because it's some all-knowing, holy book. But where was I going with this? Oh yes, there's a lot of manipulation that goes in here with the ladies on the pro-life side, and propaganda. There's major propaganda issues, like saying that abortion will cause breast cancer for the woman, and other things. Like you'll never have a child again because they ruin your innards. And it's not right. It's just instilling fear, and that's what religion always has done. It's instill fear and to scare and to brainwash ignorant, primitive people. And yeah, and just things like other things that piss me off, like saying that well, you have so many weeks to do this, and then they go to the abortion clinic. They finally decided, though, the pregnancy care center lied to them and gave them more time than they actually had. So she can't go through the abortion anyway, so she's forced to have the child. It's just, playing with these young girls or other women's lives who have already enough kids they can barely feed because their husband doesn't have the decency to put on a fucking condom or, pull out. It's just, I don't think the government should sanction telling us that you can't get rid of this thing inside you. At this point, it's basically just a parasite feeding off your nutrients. If you have resentment against it, if it's a fucking rape baby too, you have resentment to it. Saying, what if a woman's raped and she becomes pregnant by said rapist, and the government or some other holy faction above her, I mean that the government's not holy, you know what I mean, and she's forced to take care and keep this child, and has resentment toward it. That's no standard of living, and it's not fair for the child. I know I hate the topic, it wasn't asked to be born and blah blah blah, but still, it's a touchy subject all the way around, and yeah, it's a great documentary. That's most of what I can say. It's a touchy subject, and it's lots of manipulation, lots of cold hard slag that the fucking religious right wingers do on these poor girls or women. Most girls, because dumb teenagers. And that's all I really have to say about that. Next doc is a lot more cheery than the one I just talked about. Phew. Bye.